Oh, there's that lovely sky again. With the planet coming in too. Nice. Alright, so I want to play with some priority power switches. I want to get the all the power stuff back onto like the coal miners and the water extractors. I want those on priority power switches. And then the same with the fuel power. I want those to be on priority power, that equipment. So including the plastic and rubber production line. Well, actually, as long as the overflow splitters are on the power, the overflow awesome things, yeah. Alright, so I want to get rid of this dedicated infrastructure power grid now. And we're just going to go with priority power switches. So pretty much, well, I've dedicated these 4 to a dedicated power grid. What I'll do is, so I've got this miner here, and then that connects to that miner there. Let's put yep. Let's put priority power switch. A is the incoming power. I might actually put that there. So that's incoming power. We'll upgrade that to a Mark II. I'm just going to take some notes as we go here, because that's something I wanted to have as a documented thing that I can show in videos. Upgrade power pole. That was at bit of this today, making notes. Rightio. And then, so that goes to A, then that's going to go to B. And this is going to be coal power. I gave my power, let's have a look at our sheets here. It's coal power 1 and 2 here. And yes, that's right. Coal power 1 and 2. So I'm going to call this one coal power number 1, number 2. And then they are going to be in priority group 1. There we go. Because power is the highest priority. And then I can now get rid of, but I'll do the other one first and then we'll... Actually, that one there... Now this is power number 1, that's power number 2. So let's do this. Whole power number 1, that's what I want. And then this here, and this here. So what we'll do is we'll these water extractors, they got power from here, and then that was from there. Okay, so how about we do, I think this is the spot to put it. And then that goes back to there. Yeah, I'll do that. Make that a Mark II. I'll do this. Whole power number 2. And I'm going to put it in priority group number 1. I'll turn it on. I'm going to delete that cable. Connect that to there. Alright, so it's got power. So now this is all done, I can get rid of the isolated power network. All of these miners and water extractors are still powered through these switches, but they now, if something goes wrong, will help out. So I'm supposed to have 15,000 total. If I get rid of this, then I would have got those. Each one of these should be what? 187. So we're at $750 megawatts here. So I don't need, make sure I got this correct. Yeah. Get that in line there. And that one. Right, and that'll take us back up to that 15,000 power. So now we no longer have that isolated power network here. And that's fine, that's good. Just means it makes it simpler by using the priority power switches. And this is the main power heading back. And also powering that. We'll leave that there for the moment. That's all of that done. So we still have segregated the miners and the water extractors, but they're on the same power grid and will take priority. We'll go over to the other coal setup and do the same there. Let me get my zip line tool. The batteries are still charging up too. Foot pedal would make it easier for me. Perfect. Look, no hands. Don't have to hold shift. Well, I'm holding shift, but with my foot. Yep, make sure I don't slide off the end of that. It's a sharp corner, that one. Oh, the rock's eaten into my tower. There's been a collapse since I put it there. Anyway. Okay, so it's the same thing I've got over here, which is this individual power network. It's only 500 megawatts, but we're going to move these, this, and if that runs all the way over to there and does that, all I need to do is find out that's where we connect everything in to that power pole there. And that also does the other one. So why don't I do this to here. Let's have a look at that. Now I reckon put this here. I'll put a priority power switch here. So this is power 3 and that's power 4. I think. Yep. And power 4 is the 8 to 8. Yep. All right. That's power number 3. And this one is power number 4. And then that to there, that to there. And now this is going to run so that runs that power grid there. So I could get rid of that now. Hold on, that's the output power. I need that. It's okay, so it's this one that runs across here. That's what I don't need. So I'll get rid of that. They've all still got power. Yep, because that's the priority grid. And then over here is the same. So this is for priority power. So I'm going to do, that'll go to there. I don't need that one anymore. That comes down here all the way down to there. And now I just need to disconnect this here and connect this to here, and now we all have everything's on one power grid. Crack Attack, I like this little area. I usually build a factory here. It's a nice natural bowl. Yeah, it is, and it's got that as you probably know, you've got your, I think it's a pure iron node there, a normal copper node, and a limestone node there, plus your 4 coals. Very popular for coal power, this area. But yeah, now that's done. That's a bit cleaner now. I could put a beam support. You have to be there. To about, I reckon there. And I could have, let's see if this works. Power, wall outlet, connect it to the wire and connect it to the pole. Nice, I like that. Nice and easy way. And then that can go too long. It's too long. But how tall is that? 15 meters. Let's just put I reckon there. I don't like the orange, like I want that, see that one there is that way. Is it this? I've seen this before. I'm going to try something. Yeah, I got no idea. The only way I know how to do it is if you go put the beam and rotate it, then put the foot underneath. It's a building mechanic that's a little bit frustrating, to be honest. There we go. Now that gets rid of this untidy. Like a Just making some notes. Alright, cool. The other side I think is okay as it is. There was just more that needed to be a bit neater, I thought. I feel like we've done that. Excuse me. Right, let's head back. I want to redo my coal area. Not my coal, my steel factories. Kind of. I want to redo how the vehicles are done. And upgrade the trucks. Some of that means I need to redo a section of one of my factories. Nothing major, but I do need to redo a bunch of stuff. I'm also thinking that I change how I bring in my iron as well. I've just got to assess if I've got enough room, if I want to do it that way. Or I might leave it how it is for the iron. I want to do that a bit nicer. When we get the hover pack, we'll do the train lines better. I've got to do this power over here as well. So what I'm going to do is how will I do this? How am I currently bringing power into the building? I think it's over here. Yeah, I think it's this way. I bring power in on this cable here. And then that power must be coming from that way. Yep. What I might do is we're right next to a power tower. Not exactly. I know. How about right, we've got that there. Put this Probably here. That to there. Now this power here, as long as that doesn't get in the way of that, that's fine. I think I'll do, let's say, I haven't decided on how the walls are going to be done yet, but let's assume we've got that. Better come down one. Yeah. So we'll do this. Gets a little bit confusing. But from the way because I've got power that I'll be generating from these power generators, which I want to provide to the grid. But all the machines in here need to be on the isolated switch, but the generators, I suppose they don't need to be on the isolated switch because they don't, it's a chicken and the egg kind of thing, isn't it? They're not a resource. Is that how I'm trying to say it? I think this needs to go. I think I know how I'm going to do it. So that there, right? This is fuel power. Which is going to go in here. Right. So it's, and now we're going to get confused easily, but I reckon I'm going to take this, so this to there. And I think to there. Yep. So then here that to there. That will come to here. I'm going to upgrade a few of these. That one and that one I'm going to upgrade. Have I got this right? No, I've got this wrong. I want those ones to be connected to there. So that's that. Right, so that's feeding into the main grid. And also, is that going to... I'm going to run that's to there. This is the output power from all these generators. If I disconnect this, I've just got 3,000 megawatts, which is 6 running generators, which is correct. And that shouldn't have affected all of these running. So in that case, that to there, to there, I'm going to get rid of that, connect to there. That adds that 3,000 back to the grid. Right, so now that leaves me with that. So I'm going to run this down here to connect to the, there's another 2 generators at this end. And a hole. Careful those holes, kids.
Buckle up, there's a raid incoming.
Thank you, K-Raid, for the raid
Look
of
out.
47 viewers.
K-Raid's coming to the raid. Absolutely awesome. Thank you very much for coming in. Really appreciate it. How are you today? Playing Satisfactory, I hope. How was your stream? What did you get up to? If you're not following K-Raid, folks, click that love heart icon there and give them a follow. They'd have absolutely beautiful streams. Wonderful, easy to hang out with. No, I haven't dipped into 1.1 yet. I lost in the Oblivion remake. Ah, right. Oh, I've heard that's very popular. It's okay. We're still on 1.0 here. We did do 1.1 when it first released for a day, but we wanted to wait till it came into full release before we got stuck into it. I'm waiting for it though. Conveyor wall holes, bring it on. Oblivion remake. That must be fun. Are you waiting on Satisfactory Plus to get back into it? Levenek and Ethelion? Fair enough. Haven't played any of these games, so it's been neat. Yeah, it's good to have a fresh game, isn't it? That you haven't played for a while, or you haven't played at all. So that's going to go here. So yeah, I'm just fiddling around with some priority power switches, and I'm going to rebuild my steel. That should go to there. Yep. And then that. So definitely look after your wonderful community members, or at least I'll try my best. Perfect. Alright, so that's all just on the power grid. Now I want to put all of this stuff on the power switch. Appreciate it. Still haven't even finished 1.0, so we're going to get back into that at some point. Wow. Wow. Yeah, there's no rush. It's not a race. That's for sure. So I reckon if I connect, I need this one. Yeah, it is a long game, Satisfactory, when you want to complete it. There's a lot to it. Right, that connects to there, which then connects to every machine along there and the pumps. So then I'm going to continue this out to here. And now they'll be on the priority power switch. So I can disconnect this power cable over here, and then this fuel infrastructure. So I can get rid of this. And there's still power there, and there's still power there. Perfect. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to be careful here. It's not that one. Some of these are come underneath with the power. That one there. I need to leave that one. I reckon what I'll do is for these ones, let's go with a beam connector. Yeah, I reckon if we do this, then I know when I look at that, I go, ah, that's connecting to something underneath. Because I only have a couple of those throughout the map, but they're important because they connect from above to below. That's what I need to do. Because that one's got to stay there. All right, but now this one, because it's the overflow for any of the polymer resin coming in, I want that to be on the power priority switch, because that's what this here left as overflow. So if there's a backup somewhere, I don't want that affecting power. So this awesome sink I fit that. Yeah, actually that's, well, Levnakathan, I have come by from time to time, as I do most Satisfactory main servers. Do you ever play or plan to play Satisfactory Plus? I've never used a mod ever. I do plan on playing a modded playthrough at some point. It'll be after this playthrough, because this playthrough is my tutorial series playthrough, which I'm using to update my website. So I want that website to reflect the true vanilla Satisfactory experience. So any content goes on there needs to not be confused with other stuff. But yeah, perhaps in the future I might give it a go. It changes the game entirely. Not at all saying you should play it now, but it's a massive overhaul and adds lots of stuff. It's a culmination of multiple mods as well. Cool. Yeah, well, it's definitely something I'm planning on. A Satisfactory playthrough is definitely something I'm planning in the future. A modded one. Exactly what though, I'm not sure. But yeah, good question. So that will go to there. And this will be power, fuel power, rubber sink. That's what I want. Copy that. And I'm going to put that over here in priority group 1 as well. And get rid of that. And that. And we just need to do the same over here on the plastic sink, and then that will complete all of my priority power switches that I need in place at this point in time. So then for this one I could put that there. I reckon put that one to there. Get rid of that one. And that will go to there. That will go to there. And that will be plastic. Turn that on. And we'll come into our priority and put this over here in group 1. Nice. And that's it. I'm done with all of that. We now have... Do I have... And I assume my power is not stable. I'm missing some... I don't think it's... it's good. Let's go and have a look. Let's confirm that it's running as it should do. No power. So I've disconnected this. That grid there, that there, comes down to here. Is it turned on? That's operational. It's got no fuel. Got no crude oil. I've disconnected the power line that goes down to the train station that brings the crude oil in. That's what I've done. No power. Yep. So I was bringing that up there. It would have been this power line. That was one of those ones that I had. Yeah, there was a power pole here. That's what it was. That's okay. Let's go to here where I'm going to... So that all of that needs to be off the power. It needs to be off the B switch. Which is, the B is there. I'm going to do it this way. Put that there. Right, so now that to here. Right, that'll fix that. So the train will come in, it'll bring in the... Well, it's resuming the pumping of oil. That was actually quite quick. Yeah, now the train's resumed again. It was just stuck on the tracks. But yeah, that's how quick the oil pumped through then. So So there you go. That wasn't important. That pole I had here, if it had that beam connector on it, I would have gone, I can't delete that. I think when we get the elevators, I'm definitely going to make use of the power connectors on the elevators. This will all catch up soon. It'll take a bit after that shenanigans I had. It's all pumping out. There's plenty of crude oil there now. So these will all catch up. But that does complete all of that power switching. So we should have $12,239. Oh, so I've got the, and I've got 15,000 there. I've got the coal, I've got the compacted coal, I've got the fuel. I don't have the, I need to account for the augmenter, which is another 500 megawatts plus 10%. Deal with that later. That should be right. That's not correct. That fuel power, 3000, there should be more. B9 to G9 fuel power. Let's have a look. That's B9. Oh yeah. Yeah, because there's only 2 left that I haven't done. Alright, well, it is correct. I'm missing something somewhere in my calculations, but it's not something I'm worrying about right now. Okay, so what do I need to do now? I wanted to start rebuilding my steel factory. It's just a steel ingot factory. And the reason why is I'm not happy how the coal comes in with the vehicles. And I'm going to redo that layout. So I'm going to move the bottom layer of Foundries up and put the and change how all these pole stations work. I think there's enough room here to do oh, there's heaps of room to do all of them. Yep. This iron will stay there. Might change it, but yeah. So those two, and I've also got 2 more. There's that one there, and there's these 2 over here. doing a terrible job of this. I'll get him when he comes back. So first thing I need to do is stop all the vehicles. We'll redo their tracks at the end. And I'm going to change them to trucks. And then we'll build another floor and move what's down here to upstairs. I'm not sure if this is a waste of building size. No, I think it's right. Right, so here comes the Explorer. We're going to disable the autopilot. Right. Come back to him in a sec. I just want to catch this Explorer. It's coming. We'll just park this one down here. Right, yeah. Park that one there. So there should be 2 more tractors to come. And then that'll be, then I can start to, well, what I'll let happen now is the coal and the, and the other one, the iron, but yeah, let those resources use up. So I don't have all this materials going into my pockets when I dismantle down below. Gasoline catcher smoking, no worries. Need some snoozage. Pazzarinis, absolutely. Right, let's go park these up here. Right, so now we don't have any more tractors annoying me. So there's my paths. Right, so I'm going to move all of these up to another floor, and that lets me rebuild. It lets me put staircase here to start off with, which I haven't had yet. What's that? Right, and then I just use my my blueprint. Forgot about that. That sets my roof height. I'll just do that on all the four corners. And because I'm doing another floor above, I'm just going to build that again. That sets the height of my next floor in place. Well, four's built in no time. And then we need stairs. Hey, how did they move? I disabled the autopilot and they all just... Oh, wow. Same with these ones over there. They've just gone back to business, following their path, but they'll all be out of fuel. I wonder if that's a bug, because I must have gone out of rendering distance or something. That's very strange. Look, that Explorer's already back there. So it must be you go out of rendering distance, they go back to where, like they are teleported back to the location where their path was paused. Or yeah. Not what I was expecting. Right, so I want this. I think that's one off. Yeah, that's one off. That's it. No, this one's not right, which will affect the next one. It's close. Yeah. Yep. That's not it at all. Perspective's an unusual thing. Looking good. That side. Yeah, that one's very funny, isn't it? That one. That's it. Yeah, and then this. That one looks good. Awesome. I had a door here as well. We will fix these. Yeah, actually it's time. The way that power goes under there. I think all I'll do is I'll do my magic trick under here. Oh, not under that one though. But maybe there. So I'm going to put a power pole there. A power nipple. Nakalad, hello, welcome. How are you today? That one there. Right, so that power connector, we will just go, well, I reckon from here just to there. And we need a one of these there, and then I don't need that anymore, and I don't need that one, and all of that's fine. But thanks, hope you're doing well. I am, thank you very much. Been playing with priority power switches, and now we're rebuilding the steel factory. I'm going to move these machines up so we can have a drive-through coal delivery. So the first step in all of that is to clear out what we've already got. And then rebuild up top. So unfortunately all my steel lines have stopped working now that I've done this, but it's expected. All is glory, welcome. How are you today? Good morning to you. Okay, so now all of these where required. Rightio. Sweet. You good? Excellent. Good to hear. Alright. So what am I rebuilding? Let's have a look at my signs. So 2 machines. This is our steel pipe. I'm just going to switch over to my spreadsheet. So there's 2 machines of steel pipe. There's 4 for the beams. So that's these 2 and these 2. That's 4 for the beams. Yep. And then these ones here is the versatile framework. I didn't do that sign correct. But yeah, the versatile framework was 6. So it's 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 and 6. But really it's... And that pole was set up to match incoming. But now that we've got Mark 4 belts, it doesn't matter. I just have to max out. I can divide what comes in to wherever I need to. It doesn't have to, I don't have to build it identical this time. Before I go any further, I think I'm just going to go for a quick break. And I just remembered, let's just go up to the top floor. We've got our Blueprint Designer Mark II now. So currently I've got in my blueprints Foundry 2 machines and a 1 machine, but I don't have a 3. So now I should just be able to go yeah, I'll go there, and then if I do the single machine here like that, I will connect that to that, and that will stay there, and I'll just turn I just want to make this one beam. So now I've got a foundry, a 3 foundry blueprint. So my blueprint names were a Foundry X3, righty at. Not new blueprint Foundry X3, just Foundry X3. Machines, Foundry. So now, perfect. So I might as well do the constructors and assemblers while I'm here. And I can, we can just load it. If we go, no I can't because it's the old blueprint. So we have to go, it's these ones are made in a Mark 1 blueprint, so that's why I've got to build them. Using these, I can't load them in because they're incompatible. Okay. Assembler X3. There were these ones have got a space in their name. Oh well, that's not going to screw with me at all. That's not going to screw with me at all. I'm tilting my head up to see the top. Is Blueprints a mod? Absolutely not all is glory. It's you get it in tier 3 and then tier 6. So tier 3 you get Mark 1, tier 6 you get Mark 2. I might be wrong on which tier 2 comes in. Which tier Mark 2 comes in, but yeah, all part of the game. It's that's these blueprint designers. So they're just a bit bigger each time you go up. And they're definitely worth investing your time in setting your blueprints up the way you like it. Because I've now got a build that has 3 machines with all the power connected up. There's no belts or anything. That's fine. I'll get to the belts. You can do it with belts and all that as well. Not going to worry about refineries at the moment. All right. Does it cost material or just when you build it? It costs material to build it in the blueprint designer, but what you just saw then when you clear the blueprint designer, you get them back. But when you build, it tells you how much materials it requires in total to build that. So you can see it's 6 reinforced iron plate, 57 wire, 18 steel beams. Because I'm using the beams and all that, when I change it to the different ones, the amount of quantities reduce. So now I've got these in my library. It's just like having your production line, your different machines to choose. You just have blueprints available at different. So now I've got foundries in groups of 3 because I wanted to build some. And I want to check where I built them. The foot is on 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The foot is on the line. In the middle. it's 1, 2, 3 there and there. Naculate blueprints are very handy, absolutely. They don't have to be complicated, but they can just save you a few steps. Nine. Even put. Nah. The 10th one's not going to fit because it's going to encroach into my through there. That's fine. I wonder if I want to shift it over. Just to make it even. I could go 1, 2. So that's there. Oh. Three that way, or even 4. No, if I did. And the beauty of blueprints like this, you can delete the whole blueprint and make some minor adjustments. So I didn't have to imagine if I went, oh, I didn't like the spacing and rebuilt everything again from scratch. I think that's it. So pretty much we've got just over half a foundation. Or I could come back this way one. Now we're getting particular. But that's the beauty of blueprints, and that should be particular. That's better. All right, so I've got a bit more than half there. And the same here. That's perfectly centered. Lovely. All right, so then I just have to join that one and that one. I actually have to. Oh yeah, and I will just do that to there. Perfect. Perfect. I want to do the same on the other side. so it's in the center of that. Okay. Two, three. Roughly there. Some on. Yep. And that's there. One. Two. Three. That one there. Have a good day. Time to go to work. No worries, always glory. Thanks for dropping by and saying hi and hanging out. Enjoy your day at work. Right, so I've got those 60. No, not 60. 18 machines now. Oh, I don't have any walks. What happened to my walks? Right, yeah, so now go back up the top. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep, up the top. So you had two. I'm just looking at how I previously did it. So I'm doing the 6 here and 6 there. 6. If I did 8. So if I did I could do 6, 7, 8, and the other side is 6. That's 4, isn't it? That would mean 10, so that's two, 4, 6. Oh yeah, so 6 this side, 6 the other side. So if I did the steel pipes, that's 2, and the other steel beams, that's 6, that's 8. So I do 8 on one side, and the other side I've got 2, and I've got room for 1 more on this side. And yeah, all right. I know what I'm doing, apparently. Versatile frameworks that way. Okay. Horsey, having a lurk. Thanks for dropping in with the lurk, Horsey. Good to see you. Alright, so these will be... We're just doing standard steel ingot, we're not changing any recipes here. We're just duplicating what we had previously. 88.9%. So we'll copy that. And that's a 601. Two. So, right, Control V and A. 4, 5, 6. I'm pretty sure that's 6, and there's 3 left. Right, we'll just focus on these first. So we're going to do, and these are 40 and 40. So I want to make this 3 and 4. We'll go with that was just a split. Fair enough. So I'm going to put my oh, my quick binds aren't working. Yeah. I've had this happen before. We'll just reload. I'm pretty sure that fixes it. Yep, that's all it was. How bizarre. Alright, so yeah, splitter. There for that one. And that one there is that one. I'll leave that one as this one here. It's that one. There. Check that lines up. Three and 4. Yep. Now to get, I'm gonna get used to doing this, because I'm using the conveyor ceiling mounts now. So this is off center. So there. I think I'm in the wrong spot. And then it would be here again for that one there. Lovely. Okay, that does that. Then there's a central splitter for these. And I was going to do so that'll be 240 coal plus 60 coal, so 300 coal. Okay. Off this one. And then I will be, just while I'm looking at it now, I have one machine spare here in this setup, and the pulse Noblisk I haven't built yet. No, that's not that one. The cluster Noblisk. And it's going to require a Noblisk. And then that will be so the cluster Noblisk. So that'll be 15 steel pipe. So the steel pipe for the pulse, the cluster Noblisk there is steel ingot, and the steel ingots is, that's it there. So one machine at 50%. So that's that makes up the 9 machines. So I'll make this one here that. Let's my signs. Okay, so before I get carried away with that, I want to put the incoming of these two in the center. So I reckon my center is the pole here. Tooth and Nail, evening. I've lurked for enough streams. Must be time to say hello. Thanks for saying hello, Tooth and Nail. Hope you're doing well. How are you today? So it's going to be there. And there's no reason why. So this is 40, 80, 120, but it's a smidgen over 120, so these are actually going to be Mark 3s. So that to there. And then this can get held up. Really loving these ceiling supports. Good, only cut myself twice a day. I'm back to cabinet making and forgot how sharp melamine board is. Yeah, man, that stuff, I know totally what you're saying. It's super deadly. Okay, so I'm going to put it under this sign. Put a sign here, so we're going to... I'm going to use the assembler sign, I think. So this is steel ingot. And this is versatile framework. It's $240 in, 6 machines, 40 each. Same with this. This is iron. And the out is steel beams, steel ingots. It's yeah, right. It's 240. It's a 1-to-1 relationship. Whatever comes in goes out. So 240. There you go. 240, 240, 240. Yep. Okay. And then these two. No, not these two. These two. Yep. And then that one. These ones need support, but the other ones underneath, I don't think so. Okay, so these ones will be, this is the Sorry, I got distracted. This is the steel part. And it's 66.67 for 2 machines. And this one I made a mistake on. This one's supposed to be 33.4%. Right. Alright, so I'm just going to put the sign here for this one. And that one is there, but I think this one can go here. And I'll actually put a sign here for this one. And we're just going to do some copy and pasting. So this is explosive rebar. And this is steel part. And then this is $60 in, 2 machines, 30 each. Rightio, and then the output is steel ingot, and the output for these is 60, 30 each. Right. So this one, the output is 15. Right, and then I'm going to put programmable splitter. No.
Buckle up, there's a raid
Smart
incoming.
splitters. Logistics. Look out.
Thank you, Gruff Sparrow, for the raid
Gruff
of
Sparrow
4
has come with
viewers.
the raid. How are you today, folks? Go and drop Gruff a follow, folks. Just click that love art icon if you haven't already. How was your stream? What did you get up to? One, and there we go. Yeah. Playing Satisfactory, I hope. I can only assume, but I've assumed before and been wrong before. Okay, so that one, it needs to be here, I think. Because if that's there, no, it's got to come back one more. Good time today, building a railway. Today's a good day for building a railway, isn't it? It's a very popular pastime. And then that one will go here. Yeah, I'm yet to get stuck into my railway requirements. Right, that's it there. Yep, that's the right spot. So that'll be a Mark 3 to there. This one, I'm going to make a Mark 2. And this, these will just be a Mark 1. Oh, I've done them the wrong way around. You would hit. It's tricky without computers. Interesting. What do you mean it's tricky without computers? That's better, because that needs to match. I can't make signals right. Last stream, I drove a train off a cliff and into the swamp. I totally get you. Yeah, right. I haven't spent much time with train signals because I sort of I think I stopped playing Satisfactory not long after some of that came out. Now that doesn't make sense for me because where's my overflow? Yeah, right. So yeah, that's not the three-way split. So if I do it this way, I'll have change all this. Did have buffer stops at the end of the rail that ended at a cliff edge. Oh dear. Hashtag no regrets. Hashtag no train. That is also true. Right, so what I'll do is I'll have...
Hey Smackin', you just gotta follow.
Thank you, Gruff Sparrow, for the follow.
Ooh, Sparrow. Thanks for coming with that follow. Absolutely awesome. Super fan of doing this, but this way, but it kind of has to be this way. And then I'll probably put this here. With the overflow. And then I can send the overflow that way to the sink. And that still reaches. Nice. That one doesn't. So that's a bit longer. It's okay. Cool thing is, deal with that. And then all right, that's where I'm going to leave it today. I'm ready to set the ones up the other side and get some coal into here. You know, it's funny, I was just thinking that so that coal, as I worked out, I needed 15 for that one. If I did the maths, I needed 300, that's right. Actually, it was probably like 285, but regardless, if I did that and that, 60, 180, and so that was the 240, and another 240, okay, so that's the 480. So that's going to max out. I thought I could maybe do it all on one Mark IV belt, but no, but that's not a problem. It's not an issue. It's not a requirement. We'll continue this tomorrow. Progress has been made. We've got that built, ready to go, ready to get hooked up and running. I know it's a short raid for you, Gruff, but yeah, I was close to finishing up before you came along, so it's just bad timing. Right. Check a few things here. Put that in there. Yeah, that was good. Productive day. Let's go see how many coupons we've made today. Probably not as many now that I've stopped that steel from being produced at this moment, because there'll be no versatile framework coming in anymore until I fix it. 4. There you go. 4 coupons today. All right. In today's episode, we got the priority power switches installed at our power locations. So where the coal generators are, the water extractors, and the miners used to be on their own dedicated infrastructure grid, where a dedicated coal mine is just running those. I've now changed that. I've put priority power switches in and hook those, set those to be in the priority group 1. So they will remain powered on when there's an outage, and other stuff will shut down. And also we did that to the fuel power as well. And what else? What's next? We will, then once we did that, we then started work on rebuilding the bottom floor of the Steel Ingot factory, so we can make that whole bottom floor incoming vehicle transport. We're going to move over to trucks, so I wanted to shift those up the top. I've rethought how we're doing that, and that's where we're up to at the moment. We'll keep doing that in the next episode. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening or night. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.